Hey everyone, welcome back to What the Flock. This is what our third live, I think. Um, and thank you to everyone who's here. Hey Aoki Homestead. Hey Mr. Boots and Bounty and Chickens. Thank you guys so much for being here. Can you hand me my book next to you? Thank you. So a couple things that we were going to talk about tonight during this live was we are almost halfway to 500 subscribers. So once we hit 500 subscribers, we are going to do a little giveaway. I'm not 100% sure what yet. We're still getting that all, worked out and put together and everything. But that's one thing I wanted to talk about is once we get to 500, we're going to try to do something special because it's a pretty big deal for me. I didn't think I'd ever get that many subscribers. So heck yeah, see, you're almost halfway too. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, and I'm subscribed to you as well. So that's great. But yeah, so I never thought, that many people would subscribe or, care that much about my journey with my chickens and my homestead. But the garden part of it did good in the beginning of the season. And then part of it was just this heat and stuff. And the other part was I took some bad gardening advice and killed 2 tomato plants and a cucumber plant. So oh, hi, Lazy Days Ahead. Thanks for joining us. So one of the other things I wanted to talk about was we are both still really new at editing. My husband typically does all that for me because I have no idea anything about that stuff. And we are learning from you, Mr. Boots and Bounty. I've been watching your videos and joining your lives, and we have definitely learned from you. And Rich Cat Ranch helped me out a little bit with a few things. This is my first time using StreamYard. So far we're liking that. But we are getting better and we are learning and just studying what we can do to make the videos better. And we are going to be using a newer camera soon, or starting pretty much now. So we're going to start having better camera quality, better editing, and we're trying to make longer videos. So those of you that are subscribed and watch my shorts, please try to watch the longer videos too, because my shorts are I have one short that has 20,000 views, and but my other videos have 20 or 30 views. So we got to try to get those videos with better quality and better content. But we're definitely working on all of that. And also at Mr. Boots and Bounty is looking pretty good on us making it out there to the Heartland Homesteaders Picnic. We're going to try possibly this next check to call up to the hotel and try to go ahead and book a room before they're sold out. So I'm excited about meeting everybody up there. I agree at Aoki Homestead. I've been learning a lot just about YouTubing. And then on top of that, the whole reason I started my YouTube journey was not only to learn from other people, but other people that might have been considering getting into this, that might have been scared, can see from a beginner's perspective all my mess ups, all my successes, and just see that it is possible. I really want to be more self-sustaining, living through the pandemics and all the different supposed end of the worlds from various different Y2K and all the other stuff. It definitely makes you realize. I lived through a pretty big blizzard when I was a kid, and that one was really rough on my family. We were not prepared. Okay. Yeah. The master playlist. Yeah, Mr. Boots and Bunny. I'll definitely work on that.
Colin just
puts you on the list for a room. They're almost full. Okay. So go ahead and call now, and then Yep. Aoki Homestead sent me to Boots and Bounty to MT Homestead, and then through there I just kind of started. I think also at Lazy Days Ahead, and then from there I just kind of started seeing other people in the chats, and everybody was so supportive, so I started subscribing to everybody. And but another thing I wanted to talk about was if there was anything that anyone who's been watching my videos would want to see me do a video about. That way we can, if there's anything that you guys want to see me do or are curious about. Today I look awful, but I spent all day out cleaning the poop out of the coop. So, nobody really looks great after that all day. I know the cat. Sorry about my cat taking a bath in the background. Let's see if I can block her out. No, wrong hand. I don't know. We'll ignore that. But yeah, so I've been trying to do some videos more about just like what I've learned and what I feed my chickens now, because I've expanded their diet a little bit after some research. I definitely love to free range them, and they love to free range. They come running to me when I come up to their door. They know it's time. But yeah, if there's anyone that has any suggestions on videos, whether it have to do with chickens or just anything I've learned, or so far the only thing I have left in my garden that's actually doing well are all variations of peppers. I have giant macaroni peppers, jalapenos, banana peppers, and red chili peppers, and I think everything else is fizzled out, and my cucumbers died. I didn't get one single cucumber. I was pretty bummed about that. But yeah, and then any tips are more than welcome. I won't be offended if anyone gives me suggestions. I've been spending a lot of time watching YouTube now. I don't really watch as much Netflix or anything anymore. I sit there on everybody's lives. I thought about planting stuff for the fall, but I'm so inexperienced that it's taken me so long to research. I haven't really done anything yet, and I'm just concerned with the weather out here because when it gets to fall season, I feel like it just gets kind of cold and rainy, and I'm not sure like how much gardening I'm going to be willing to be out there doing. So, if anyone has any tips of anything, I'm in zone 7B because I'm in Northwest Georgia. So I'm not really sure, but if anyone has any tips of any good fall fruits or vegetables, probably vegetables. Next year I'm gonna try my go again with potatoes. I'm gonna buy better seed potatoes, and I'm going to really try, because it was sad that I was so excited to harvest the potatoes. The tops are all green and bushy and pretty, and they flowered, and then there was like 4 baby tomatoes, maybe that big. So it was sad. Are you telling chicken jokes?
I'm trying to.
Lettuce and carrots. Okay. Okay, wow. I'll try everyone. I've seen a lot. I'm in a lot of garden groups on Facebook too, trying to learn as well from that. I'm seeing a lot of people's carrots are like tiny or they're like crooked. This year I did all potted because it was my first time trying to grow everything. But I'm a little more confident, even though it didn't go up quite how I wanted it to. I'm a little more confident in my ability to try to do better, and I've learned a few things. So I was thinking maybe trying it in the ground bed, and we have an area where we're going to clear out a shed, and I was going to put a dog run over it that has the fence top so that it keeps the chipmunks and the groundhogs and squirrels and birds and chickens, number one, out of the garden. And then I wanted to try to grow more squash. I was really sad that the vine borers got my squash. I only got to eat one squash. A few of them were just, one was really beautiful. I picked it, and then when I turned it over, it had 3 big holes in it. So obviously we didn't eat that one. And then we had another one that we did eat, and then my plant died. Okay, so barely any bugs. That's a plus. Yeah, the everything growing slower is definitely frustrating for me because I'm like a little kid, just like waiting, like staring at it, waiting for something to grow. Same with my eggs. They finally started laying eggs. I was so excited to finally get eggs. Lazy days ahead. I can relate to that. I was cooking some little snacks earlier. I made some like pigs in a blanket and I think a couple like cinnamon sugar croissants. And when I was cooking, I was like, man, it's starting to smell like Thanksgiving in here. I'm so ready. I'm so ready to cook all the Thanksgiving food. And I've got a long time friend of mine come in from California this year, and he requested homemade pies at Thanksgiving. So we'll be having a lot of homemade pies and maybe mac and cheese, homemade, and lots of other goodies. So I'll be cooking for probably 2 days. But yeah, so for the giveaway though, we're gonna hopefully have my merch set up by then, so I can do something like that, and maybe have just a couple different items that I can give away, possibly a gift card or something. We're still kind of working that out. Um, and then Belt Loop 29, I think I'm subscribed to him. I'm pretty sure I subscribed to him. Let's see. Oh, no. I am now. I thought I clicked his link in one of the lives, but I must. It's hard to keep up. They all go so fast. I can never click everyone's. Don't mind Mike. He's trolling my chat right now. My husband worked in law enforcement for a long time as well. He was a lieutenant at a state prison, and he was also the captain of I guess it's the sheriff's department now, out here. And he also has done a lot of other in betweens there, bounty hunting, you name it. He's an EMT part time right now, and then he also has his corporate job as well. So. Yeah, Mike, my husband, he always wanted to open like a barbecue restaurant. And I always thought it was kind of funny. I had came up with a little logo with a little pig with the police hat on and holding up like a big barbecue sandwich or something. But again, to all of you that did show up tonight, I want to thank you so much for being here. This is a really good turnout so far for me, anyways. I know some of you have like hundreds of people in your lives, but this is a big deal for me. It's good amount of people. A lot of people that I've seen in a lot of other lives and that I've been in your lives. So that's really cool to see you guys here. I'm excited about the Heartlander Homesteaders Picnic because that's going to be super fun. I can't wait to meet everybody and just kind of experience that. I've been kind of seeing other people talk about it and hearing about luggage cart races, which I'm not really even sure what that is, but I'm sure I'll learn and it's going to be fun. Yeah, and I definitely appreciate the support. We love watching your channel. I watch your wife cook all the time, and I learn from you from all your help window. Willow Way Ranch is live right now. Oh wow, okay. I didn't know. I tried to pick a time where I didn't see anybody else that was going live. Whenever I picked this time, I was trying to make sure I wasn't stepping on anyone's toes. But yeah, I've only been going live for a couple weeks now. Oh my gosh, Michael. It's like living with a 12-year-old sometimes over here, I swear. Come here, you can say hi if you want.
I'm watching my live stream from upstairs.
Okay. Well, thank you.
But I don't have a super chat, so I can't.
Okay, well, guess what? It's getting close to bedtime, so go brush your teeth. Good night. Go brush your teeth. And that was my middle child. Oh, thank you at our Okie Homestead. Yeah, I tend to joke around a lot. It's just part of my personality. Some people like it, some people don't. But I'm actually, it's funny how I started with the chickens. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of people. I was trying to look at a lot of the main ones that I watched though and be like, okay, well, I don't want to mess up any of their times. I love watching people also. So I mean, I know I can always go back and watch it after, but I'd rather watch it at the live. But it's funny that I got started in chickens because when I was a little kid, I was terrified of chickens. For one, I got chased by a pretty much dead chicken that was bleeding all over the place, like into my mom's friend's apartment. And I had to push it out with a broom, and it was like super scary for a little kid. And that happened to me twice, not just once. That happened 2 different occasions, and thought I was done with chickens. And I did get attacked by a rooster once. So like after those 3 things, I was like, I really don't like chickens. And then raising mine from baby chicks, like I don't know, it just made me feel different about them. Now I'm not skittish around them. Even the roosters, I'm just kind of like, yeah, don't attack me, and I won't attack you. But so it's kind of funny now that I'm just so like all about my chickens, and I'm still kind of sad that I don't have any colored egg layers. But it was really hard to mix the 5 new girls into the flock as it is, and so I really didn't want to add more now, like after they're all finally starting to mingle and not fight, because it was kind of a pain in the butt to do that. But I'm also like so much of a softie when it comes to animals, and I'm I'm constantly out there like, oh my god, don't let them fight. So I know they have to pick a pecking order and all that, but I have 2 that I have hand raised since they were chicks. I have one, it's a French black copper Moran hen, and one lavender Orpington rooster. And even though I have hand raised them, fed them treats, like kept them in my house for months, they will not let me pick them up or barely pet them. And I mean, and I spend a ton of time out there with them, and they just are like, nope, their personality is not cuddle me. But my Smoky Pearl, she'll jump right in my lap, and I can pick her up whenever I want. I can pick my Easter egg or rooster up. He's kind of a butthole, and he doesn't like it, but he doesn't fight it. He just, oh my gosh, Mike. He doesn't resist though. He lets me pick him up and carry him around. Like whenever he's naughty, that's what I do. I just scoop him up under my arm and I'll carry him around the coop the whole time I'm doing what I'm doing. And he just kind of has an attitude on his face until I put him back down. Why did the turkey cross the road? To get in my oven, hopefully. I kind of miss my little chickies when they were in the house. I can go cuddle them whenever I wanted. But I'm glad they're outside now because they were stinky. And I had to clean in their little brooder like twice a day, every day. Now that I have them out in the big coop, I do the deep litter method, and it's so much easier. And come the end of fall, I'll be cleaning out the coop, like the big clean out where I scoop out all the old bedding and put in new bedding. And but I like to wait till the weather cools off, and then right before it gets hot again, we'll do the same. Mike and his chicken jokes. He's keeping them coming today too. I was thinking like, okay, he'll fizzle out, he'll run out in a minute, but nope. Yeah, definitely. He's definitely corny. Oh my. I was watching your video. How's your goat doing? Aoki Homestead. How's Oreo? Is she gaining any weight?
She had a goat that was losing weight. She just
Yeah.
has a goat to begin with.
I want goats. I know. I want goats so bad. That's good. We want goats so bad. We just don't have the property right now. We have a pretty good sized house on about an acre of land. So, and that includes our 3-car garage, which has a little apartment on it that my mom lives in. So, a lot of it's occupied by buildings. So we just don't have the space for goats because I have 2 dogs and chickens, and they kind of have to share the backyard. Not at the same time because one of my dogs, she's old, but she's fast, and she always goes after them. Uh-oh. You got Jesse started. I'm super excited to be eating my fresh eggs finally. No more store-bought eggs. I haven't had to buy eggs in like 3 weeks. And I was able to share some with my mom's friend. She's like in her 70s. So I was able to give her about half a dozen eggs and some jalapenos, and it was nice to have enough to share. Right now, I think only about 5 of my hens are laying, and I have hopefully 13 hens. One of my gold lace Wyandottes, her comb is just starting to get really noticeable, and I'm just hoping she's not a rooster. She was given to me. I don't think she's a rooster. I don't see any saddle or hackle feathers. Really, her legs aren't like as long and I don't know, established as my roosters. Like that was one of the things I knew they were roosters was when I saw those legs, and they stood so much taller. Vern, the Lavender Orpington, is huge compared to all my other chickens. He's huge. And then Oreo, my French Black Copper Moran, she's tiny compared to all of them. So I'm not real sure. Nope. Yeah, that's my kids. If it sounds like a Jumanji stampede, that's usually my kids upstairs. What are you doing?
Your peppers and your eggs that we made.
Yeah, and that's my pickled eggs, my spicy pickled eggs that we made for the Boots and Bounty Keep It Fresh collab. And the eggs were fresh, and all the peppers were fresh. The only thing that wasn't was the garlic and the onions. I tried to grow onions, though, for the record. I tried. They didn't do anything really. So we did as much fresh ingredients as we could, though, for that one. Why were the teacher's eyes crossed? She couldn't control her pupils. Oh, boy. Where do tough chickens come from?
On the topic.
Hard-boiled eggs. I'm excited, though. We have, I think we're at 235 subscribers now. So we're almost halfway to the 500. And I think once we get the 500, we'll schedule a giveaway time, and we'll do a little giveaway, and I'll have everything set up by then. Really, because I love, love, love garlic, and I've never grown it. Where would I get garlic to plant? Like, I know you can, like for example, I planted store-bought potatoes, and that was part of the reason that it didn't yield really any harvest versus a seed potato. So where would I get the garlic to plant? But yeah, we're gonna have everything set up though. We've got, obviously, we're not even halfway there yet, so we'll have some time to really think about that. And yeah, I definitely, just so it just regular old garlic from the store, you can plant that and it'll grow good. That's what I tried with my potatoes and onions, and neither of those really. The onion seemed like it started to sprout. It had a couple little green, and then it just kind of rotted in the ground. It felt like, and then the potatoes, like I said, they looked like they were growing amazing. Okay, well, I will definitely do that because we are some garlic eating people. I love salsa. I love Italian food. I love anything with garlic, really. So that would be amazing. About Christmas time. Okay. Do you start them outside or inside? Because it gets pretty cold here. Yeah, I tried it with these store bought ginger snaps. Inside. Okay, so like winter stone kind of. Okay. I will definitely, because we eat a lot of onions and a lot of garlic here. I want us to expand to some fruit trees. I've been researching what grows well near my house, just because I eat a ton of fruit too. I really love fruit, and it looks like out here we're limited to like apple trees, peach trees, pear trees do well. And then my strawberries, I don't know, like they did good like the early spring, and then it got hot and they just like burn out and died. So I'd like to do blueberries and raspberries. Yellow Texas grand onions, those are the best. Okay. Yeah, we love onions and garlic and peppers, and Mexican food and Italian food is definitely some of my absolute favorite, and of course some good Southern comfort foods. You can't go wrong with that. I'm originally from Southern California, so like I grew up mostly eating a lot of the Mexican foods, and just the stuff that I was used to my parents cooking, and then moving to the South, I was introduced to like shrimp and grits and biscuits and gravy and goulash and just all these amazing foods. Like in cornbread, I experienced it in a completely different way out here, because in California it's more of a Mexican cornbread, and it's usually either kind of spicy with jalapenos or it's really sweet, almost like a cake. And so the southern cornbread's a lot different and delicious. I love it. October to January for okay. So we will go beginning of October and we will get some garlic. Do you plant it in the ground or do you plant it in pots? Like I said, mostly I've done potted stuff right now, so I'm kind of learning still how to prepare the ground. I mean, obviously you dig it up, but how to prepare the soil rather. Yep, I'm from the Los Angeles area. I lived in Los Angeles, Burbank, Glendale, Eagle Rock, Latuna Canyon, the whole valley area, basically. The San Fernando Valley, rather. Yep. I lived near Jay Leno's studio and near the airport in Burbank and a lot of stuff like that. East LA, huh? My dad did a lot of construction jobs out that way when I was a little kid. He also worked for Lockheed, but he did a lot of construction work in that area. Yep. And I've got family all over from Portersville. Can't remember where my other cousin moved to. Visalia. Okay. That'd be great, Boots and Bunny. Like I said, I'm so open to learning, and I try to join like all your lives. I don't always get to just because I've got a bunch of kids in school and animals and all this craziness, and but I definitely want to learn because I want to be able to grow more of my own food. That's the dad joke teller there. But I want to be able to grow more of my own food, and I don't know much about canning, but I do know a little bit about pickling. And in '93 when we had the blizzard, it was like the only blizzard we ever had. But like after being stuck in that with like no food, and I've learned that I really want to get kerosene heaters, and I want to get I want to be prepared. I don't want anything like that to happen again, especially not with my kids. I want to be able to have food. So I'm trying to learn about canning. I'm trying to learn about freezing. I'm trying to learn about my own growing so I can not have to rely on other people. The cost of living is getting absurd. Let's see. You moved to Texas. Okay, so you've been out there for a long time in Texas. Yeah. There's things that I love about Southern California, like the ocean and some of the entertainment that was out there, and the food. I will never not miss all the Mexican food and all the In-N-Out and Jack in the Box and all those things. But raising my kids in the country is so much better. They go to better schools. They have better people, I feel like, around them. They respect their elders, and they get to just have more of a childhood than what I've seen from my relatives' kids in LA. I would prefer to raise my family in the country over the city any day. And I love cost of living's better here. The laws are better here. There's a lot of things that are better where I'm at now. So while there's a part of me that will always be that little Cali girl that misses it, I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't leave the country. Not for all the money. Let's see, what social media? We have a Twitter. We have a Facebook page. We have a TikTok and YouTube. And I think on Instagram, I'm not sure if it's What the Flock on Instagram or if it's just me, just Robin Telkamp on Instagram. My oldest just walked in. Sorry.
Just stop walking that.
You want to come in and say hi?
Not right now. You see me?
She just got back from a hike, and she's a teenager, so she doesn't want to be on camera. But yeah, so I'm on almost all the social media platforms. Oh, she didn't realize it, but she's in camera.
That's why I think I'm good.
Yeah. She is born in the country, moved to Arizona, lived in Arizona for about half her life, and is back in the country. But you wouldn't know it because she does not work like a country girl. Like, I try to get her out here helping me, and she just like acts like she's gonna die. But my youngest, she like voluntarily, she's only 3, and she wants to come help me feed the chickens and collect the eggs. So that's exciting. Montana's great, but I don't want to move somewhere where we don't have anyone. Like, I already have very little family left, unfortunately. Like, so many people passed away or just are so distant. It's just hard. But the only places I really have family right now is Georgia, which unfortunately is only my mom and my sister left besides, my husband and kids. And then in California, and I'd just rather be in Georgia than California. But maybe when all my kids grow up, but I don't know, because I have like these split sides of me where there's half of me that just wants to go somewhere out with all this land and animals and just kind of have my own little ranch style home. But then there's the part of me that wants to eventually be able to travel. I really want to be able to, I want to go to so many different parts of Africa. I want to go to New Zealand. I want to go to Australia. I want to go to the Galapagos Islands.
Yeah,
So
Australia's not that
yeah, so there's so many places I want to go that you can't really travel the world when you have livestock. like they need constant care. So,
And that's to go to school.
and my mom unfortunately is afraid of my roosters, even though they're not mean. I haven't decided that yet because I do have my mom to watch them, and my two little ones can be kind of wild. So I think I might leave them behind this time just so mom and dad can have more fun and be free to socialize without me having to constantly be getting on to my kids. So that's what I feel like. I feel like as soon as we go out in public and they're around strangers, they just start acting like they have no idea how they're supposed to act. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Well, maybe not party, but just a little bit less of me having to hover over them and being able to network and learn about everybody's channels, meet new people. And this is my first homesteaders anything. I've only started this spring. I started all of this around March. I started getting chickens and just buying plants and just kind of learning what I was doing this March. And I'm 38, so I'm just trying to know what I'm doing and be able to. We've also lived through 2 really big tornadoes out here. Luckily, we weren't as affected as some people were, but there was a point where we were like 2 weeks without electricity. And so yeah, again, I just want to be able to grow a lot, at least some of my own food. My chickens are not meat chickens; they are egg chickens. But in a pinch, obviously, I could eat them if I absolutely had to. But I'd have to be pretty hungry because I really love my little chickens. They're my buddies. But yeah, so it's not 100% yet on the kids coming to Kentucky because we'll see about that. Did you brush your teeth?
I'm getting to it.
What?
I'm getting to it. But I'm taking a shower. My toothbrush is in that bathroom.
Okay, well, go on. And quit talking like a baby. And that's why we might not be bringing the kids. But I'm excited about the 500 subscriber giveaway once we make it there. We're working on some stuff. We've got some ideas going, and I'm open to ideas. I think it's going to be fun. I'm excited about Kentucky. I really want to go. So hopefully nothing falls through and the rooms are all still available, or at least that there's a room available. If not, I'm sure we can find another hotel nearby, or I'm not against camping. Campground. Why does a chicken coop have 2 doors? Why? Because if it had 4, it would be oh my gosh. I'll tell you what. You guys see what I have to deal with? I'm telling you. Oh man. So in the video we did too for the Boots and Bounty collab, if you notice, we used fresh eggs, so they were a pain in the butt to peel, but now I've got some tips on how to peel them a little bit better. So I normally use the older eggs. We might, or at least bring. I'll probably have the younger 2 if I bring any. My teenagers would probably rather not go to something like that. She'd just stand there on her phone the whole time anyway. So, but I am super excited. I've never really spent too much time in Kentucky. I've driven through it a few times, like on the way other places. I've been to Nashville, Knoxville, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, a lot of Tennessee, Memphis, and then a lot of the mountains because my ex and we did a lot of hiking. So I actually summited the 4 tallest peaks east of the Mississippi in one night and camped, and then camped in like 4 feet of snow, and that was quite an adventure. Jesse, you're the kid, huh? I don't know, but I'm excited about MT Homestead's giveaway because I wanted to win the jam in the last giveaway because I've never tried like most of those flavors of jelly. So I've never had prickly pear. I've never had watermelon or mango jelly. I've had like peach and apricot and strawberry and grape, like all those flavors, but those were some unique flavors. So I'm going to try to win. But another thing was, so out of all my chickens, I've got 5 that are Isa Browns, and I've got a couple other ones that, gold lace Wyandottes that are a little younger than my others, and one still unidentified breed. And I think a Buff Orpington or possibly a Golden Comet. I can't really tell. But those ones were all just given to me. So I'm kind of waiting to see how late they lay eggs because my Isa Brown started at 18 to 19 weeks. Like they started producing eggs pretty young. So right now I'm only getting about 4 to 5 eggs a day, but soon enough I'll have plenty of eggs, and I'm just excited to see because I'm hoping that the one that I don't know what breed it is will just like surprise me with colorful eggs. Because everyone Mike keeps telling me not to get any more chickens, and it is a pain in the butt to get more, but blue egg layers, green egg layers. I mean, come on. All I have is brown egg layers right now. How many of your toys do you have? And you don't think you have enough. So no more pew-pews for you. See, why did the new egg feel so good? Because he's just kind of like, oh my gosh.
I was leaving those kind of jokes out.
Oh, that's funny. I'm super excited though. I can't wait to get more quality content. I think I'm gonna work on. So basically, I needed a roost bar for my chickens, and Mike here kept saying like, "Okay, I'll help you. I'll help you. I'll help you." And then 3 weeks went by, and I still didn't have a roost bar. So I decided to build one myself. Mind you, I'm not experienced at very much building, and I built it myself, and it's really wobbly, and the way I have it positioned is too close to the wall. So my biggest rooster actually can't fit on it. So at night he sits like on top of this little doghouse that I put in there that they use sometimes as a nesting box. And so anyways, one video that we might put out might be us working on building a better roost with a few levels of bars so that all the chickens can fit up there comfortably. And we're going to have to get the coop ready for fall. So right now I have it open because I have like half of the wall open with hardware mesh, and because it's so hot and I don't have any fans in there. So they get a cross breeze, and the top of the roof goes over into another room and they get the breeze through there. But I'm going to need to do a better roost bar. And then we have a plywood that we're going to put over the open part of the wall when we winterize the coop. So I'm going to start doing that, and we can start doing some videos of some of the work we're doing out in the coop. My chickens are kind of spoiled. They have a prefabricated coop inside a fairly large outdoor room that's basically turned into their coop. They really only use the prefab coop to lay eggs in, and the newest 5 chickens of mine don't roost with the original 8. So the original 8 roost on the roost bar, and the other 5 roost on top of the prefab coop and poop all over it. So they poop on it and they lay eggs in it. And then they have like I don't know, how big would you say that room is?
12 by 12.
Probably about like a 12 by 12 square room. Then it has a chicken door cut out that leads out into a 10 by 4.
10 by 8. No, it's an 18 by 8.
18 by 8 run. And so they have a lot of space inside the coop and inside the run. but they also free range for usually a couple hours a day. I try not to let them out to free range until they've laid all their eggs, so I don't have to Easter egg hunt around the yard. They exercise. That was funny because when I first found my first egg out in the coop, I was like, I'm so excited. But I was, in all fairness, I was like over the moon when they finally started laying eggs because, like I said, I've had them since they were a few days old. Most of them, all but 5 of my 13. And those ones were just like, I was so ready for them to lay eggs. And then we were all kind of nervous about eating them at first, but now like we took one bite and we were like, oh yeah, no, nothing to be nervous about. I think that's just the city girl coming out in me though. Well, what did one egg say to the other egg, Mike? Last one out's a rotten egg. Oh my gosh. All right. Thank you for joining up, Mr. Boots and Bounty. You guys have a blessed evening as well, and you go enjoy your meal. And I hope to meet you guys at the Heartland Homesteaders Picnic. What do you call an egg who likes to go on safari? An explorer. I want to go on safari. That's one of the many reasons I want to go to Africa. I want to go see all the Egyptian pyramids. And then there's these 11 churches that are carved into the stone in Africa that I wanted to go see. I want to see the pyramids. I want to go on safari. So there's a lot of parts of Africa that I want to see. But, we got another joke. What did the egg say after someone bumped into her? Excuse me. That reminds me of that lady at the airport. This lady almost ran me and my daughter over with a cart at the airport. When she went by, she was like, excuse. And I was like, excuse you. And my daughter just like busted out laughing, and she's never, ever let me live that down. She still talks about that. One of my kids is yelling, Mommy, from the top of the stairs. I can hear it. What were you responding to?
My mom.
Oh. See, why did it take the chicken so long to cross the road? There was no express lane. Oh my gosh.
Dad jokes are here.
You know, when you run out of stuff to talk about, chicken jokes are always okay with me. Come here, let me see. Where'd you make a mess?
A mess in Mommy's room.
You made a mess in Mommy's room? That's always a good thing to hear from your 3-year-old. Oh boy. Gosh. I don't even want to know, to be honest. I'm like, I'll figure that out later. Poaching. Yeah, I love my chickens and my roosters. I wish I could just bring them in here and hold them, but if I take one away, they all kind of start to freak out. Hey, my Jacks. You guys see my dog in the back? I don't know which way to go. This camera thing drives me nuts. But anyways, that's my giant baby Jax. He's the sweetest dog in the world. I love him. I've had him since he was 4 weeks old, 5 weeks old.
Yeah.
I got another dog over here, but she's on the floor next to me, so you can't see her. My Jax. Jaxie, you good boy? Oh, there's Suki. Those are my big old babies. Let's see, my comments aren't keeping up over here. There we go. What do chickens study in school? Egonomics. Lego my ego. Robin, what is she? Oh. I was like, Robin, etc. A min pin. Oh, I love animals of all types. Like, so right now I have 11 hens and 2 roosters. I have 2 dogs and a cat, 2 ferrets, 2 rats, 2 axolotls, 2 fish. Well, 4 fish if you count the minnows. And then I have a leopard gecko. And I think that's all for now. The rats, the ferrets, the dogs, the cat, the lizard, the chickens.
Sounds like a song.
Yep. The axolotls and the fish. But they're all in one tank. So, like, when you count the axolotls and all the fish, it sounds like a lot, but they're all in the same tank. But I have, like, just a bleeding heart when it comes to animals, and if one needs to be rescued, I have a really hard time saying no. Like, I was supposed to have 8 chickens and no roosters. Well, 2 of my 8 chickens ended up being roosters, but my neighbors around here are just like the best neighbors that you could possibly have. They're so great, and none of them have said anything, and I spoke with them to make sure that it didn't bother them, and none of them have said that it bothers them, so they've let me keep my roosters. And then as far as the big heart for animals goes, that's how I ended up with 5 extra chickens. Was somebody else had them and was just like not able to take care of them anymore, and they kind of crammed in a back porch with kind of poor conditions, and so I took those ones in and joined them with my flock. So that's how I ended up with extra chickens. I'm supposed to only have 8 though, per the standard rules of the county or whatever. But I don't, like, how many times I can only have 8 chickens? Like, my neighbors aren't going to tell on me, so I love my chickens. Oh my gosh. This knucklehead over here, I swear.
What?
I tell you what. But so for anyone who's like, okay, I see Glenda, like you just jumped on, you haven't been on. We are almost halfway to 500 subscribers, and when we get to 500 subscribers, we're gonna do a little giveaway and try to give something away during that, just to be thankful. And we're going to start using one of Mike's better cameras, and we're learning more about editing. So the videos, we got the camera is a little better, a little nicer, because we've been recording with our phone, just so you guys know. And that's why the quality has been so poor. But we're, slowly investing in better cameras, better software, and we're learning from other YouTubers that are teaching me things and teaching me about programs. So I've just been I agree. Sometimes it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission, especially around here with the animals. Like, I feel like as long as I can take care of them in the conditions that they deserve, then there's not too many. So as long as I'm not hoarding and I don't have animals that are sick or unhealthy, or I can't afford to take to the vet if need be, then I don't see any reason for me not to have my animals. They're all in clean conditions. They all have the food they need. If they get sick, they go to the vet. So far, none of my chickens have gotten sick, and out here, most of the vets won't see chickens, but I've done so much research online that I kind of feel like I'm prepared to be a chicken doctor, or make Mike be a chicken doctor since he's an EMT. Some things I'm a little squeamish about, like if one of my hens gets prolapse, like, that's this guy. I'm not doing that. It's not happening. Yeah, he got the cat after I told him absolutely not. My dogs are going to eat it. There's just no way. And then he shows up while he's working a 24-hour shift and hands me a box with a cat in it and just turns around and walks off. So I got to bottle feed a 3-week-old kitten and feed it. Luckily, she was able to eat wet food at that time too, so I could actually mix her formula with the wet food. Yeah, the cat likes me the most of anyone in the house, but that's typical with animals. I love animals, and I think they know that. So, in return, I've made friends with some of the grumpiest animals that people were like, no way, no way, this dog's mean to everybody. There's no way. The chick whisperer. Not quite yet, but I'm working on it. My chickens actually, that first 8 I have will come to me. They will they if I call them, they come out of the coop, and when I'm ready to put them back in, I open the run and I call them and they come back in. So far so good. The thing is that I have done some research to know what to do in multiple situations, anything from crossbeak to splay foot to chick magnet. But I think that I've learned enough about the illnesses and the injuries and the mites and the different things that are common with chickens, that the reason I like the prolapse, I know how to do it, and I know you can just push it back in with, the right way and you got to lubricate it and everything, but I'm not going to be able to, because I'm a little squeamish, and it's like I want to save it and I want to help it, but I also feel like I'm going to pass out. That's kind of why I couldn't work in the medical field. I love helping people and animals, mostly animals, but I just get a little squeamish once you slice something open or it's bleeding. My emotions come out too much, and I'm crying about wanting to fix it instead of fixing it. So I gotta be careful. But since I know the anatomy of a chicken, I even have diagrams saved of where all the organs are, where everything is. I could walk Mike through what he needs to do, and he can actually do the dirty work. Just like if one of them ever has to be cold, there's no way I will be able to cold my chicken. I just couldn't do it. So that's where Mike would have to be the bad guy, and he doesn't spend near as much time with the chickens as I do. So I feel like it'd be a little easier for him, but I'm just I get it. It's humane. It's the best way sometimes, but I can't. My heart can't do it. Well, in most situations, you wouldn't need to start an IV on a chicken. So unfortunately, they just tolerate the pain. Tasty chickens. Ours aren't tasty. They're past the processing age. Welcome back. I don't know anything about starting an IV. But Batman. But anyway, so yeah, I got off topic there, but I would love to own an animal rescue one day on top of my homestead. I prefer to be around my animals all day than most people. So if I could rescue animals and have the right kind of people to come and help me care for them, I would take anything from livestock to typical house pets to exotic animals. And I would give them the best life that I possibly could. That's kind of my whole dream there, is just to be able to help animals, and also have a self-sustaining homestead. I don't raise meat animals for the simple fact that once I get something and start taking care of it and feeding it every day, that's it. It's a pet and I can't kill it. So and I probably can't send it off to be killed because then I feel guilty. I feel like it knows that I'm what I'm doing to it, and it knows that, like, I'm betraying it. So, that's the big reason. But I mean, now let's not get it twisted though. If circumstances came down to it, and I got hungry enough, I'd figure out a way. I would definitely figure out a way to do it. But I'm lucky enough to live in circumstances where there's people to do the dirty work for me. I am interested in having milk cows one day. I do want goats, and I want the next time we buy property, which probably won't be for a very long time, but if we were able to get more property, I want it to have some type of water source, like a creek or a pond, something on it that not only could be a water source for my animals or for my kids to play in, but somewhere where we could fish if need be, and that'd just be like another source of food that we could have. So I am hoping that that one day I'll reach that goal. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jesse, for joining us. I love watching your lives. I love watching you and Lisa. You guys are great. I've only been to the one live so far. I think it might be the only one you've had. You had a huge turnout for your first live. I think I had 3 or 4 people on my first live, like while it was happening. A few people went and watched it after, but so congratulations on that, and you have a good night. Excuse me. I think my son has like passed a cough around the whole house. Yeah, and anyone can reach out to me. I do have What the Flock on Facebook and other social media. If anyone wants to ever give me tips on something you think I would make a good video about, or like anything you guys have questions about that I could maybe do a video. Some people are like me and new to chickens and might have some questions. But I would definitely love to have some ideas. I'm trying to really just make this all started as just kind of me being excited about getting my chickens. And then I just started thinking about other people that might be learning and wanting to learn how to do some of the things that I was doing. And that's it just kind of started actually getting subscribers. So I got a little to where I put a little more work into it now. And I really enjoy being on here. And hanging out with everyone. And I just love showing the progress really at my homestead. I get excited every time my chickens do something new or cool or give me new eggs. And, I've got some flowers I got African daisies that have really took off. And I've just learned a lot from a lot of people. So if I can spread that knowledge and share it with other beginners, I thought, why not? And then I got family that can't be here and can't see what I'm doing. So that was another big reason, is I got people that are interested in seeing what I've accomplished. And I started trying to put more work into it, and it's paid off. I really enjoy, I really have been enjoying this. Oh my goodness. You're going to turn him into that Bat Dad guy. He's already telling dad jokes, and now everyone's got him going by Batman. And everybody knows Robin was the real brains in the operation. I mean, yeah, thank you. And I love watching your videos too. I'm super jealous because I really want goats. Like, I love your goats. They're so cute. My Aunt Doreen, she used to have goats and sheep, and then like she had like a pretty large bird farm. She had chickens, peacocks, turkeys, geese, and she had probably a pheasant, I believe. She had a lot, but her little goats and her sheep would always like chew on my sleeves when I was petting them, and I just think it was so cute. I need to move that. Some goats are big. Depends on the breed you get. I probably would like a couple of different breeds. Just I like some of the softer, smaller, fluffier ones, and then I like the billy goats with the big beards and the big horns. We have kind of a funny story about goats. Was that in Gatlinburg or in Pigeon Forge, where the goat pulled Maggie's hair?
That was.
Was that at
Pigeon
Parrot
Forge.
Mountain? Right?
Yeah.
We were at Parrot Mountain in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and they have like a petting zoo for goats. And we were all feeding them, and my 3-year-old all of a sudden starts crying. We look back, and the goat saw the colorful hair tie in her hair, and it grabbed her by her hair and was like trying to pull the hair tie out. It was like pulling her ponytail. It was so funny. I mean, it wasn't, but it was. But those goats, they will eat anything. But that place had emus and all kinds of stuff that you could feed at the petting zoo. I quickly learned to put the food on the railing for the emu because they pinch pretty hard when they go to take the food out of your hand. But have you guys seen a baby emu? The little emu chicks are so cute. And if we get enough property, I think I might get a couple emus or maybe like some alpacas, maybe both. See, no objection from Mike. That means it's okay.
What? Is a delay.
Yeah. I love goats though. They have a lot of personality. Some of them are a little bit more mean. Some of them are a little more loving. I've noticed a lot of the goat people that I watch, if they have ones that like to butt a lot, they'll put the pool noodles over their horns, and I thought that was cute. Like stop them from stabbing each other and other people. But it looks like we are approaching my hour here. I want to thank everybody that came out and helped us with just being here and gave us topics to chat about. Your support is so appreciated, and I would like to invite anybody that was here that wasn't subscribed to go ahead and subscribe. You distracted me. I'm reading your stupid jokes and you're like making me derail off what I'm trying to say. This guy, I'm telling you. But anyways, I appreciate all the support, and I really thank everyone for coming out and joining these lives. I'm going to probably be doing them weekly. I think I may eventually move the time up an hour. Just because with the kids, like right now it's 9 o'clock and I have to make sure they're all in bed, and then I have to get up super early and get them all to school and then go do all of my chicken chores. So sometimes I'm like, man, maybe I should have picked 7 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock. But yeah, so we're gonna be on next Sunday. Share, spread the word, and help me grow to that 500 subscriber mark so that I can do the giveaway. It's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, Mike is learning his editing. We got a better camera, so the video quality should start getting better as far as like the technical side goes. And then I've been coming up with some ideas for content as well. Like I said, I think I'm going to do a video of the coop clean out and roost building. That's going to be one that we put out soon. It gives me a couple weeks to work on it, and then by then it'll be fall, and I can do the whole changing of the bedding and build the roost, and we can film all of that and put it together, and just kind of show some of the work that goes into it. Because I know one thing a lot of people say is like, oh, chickens are the easiest thing, and as far as livestock goes, I agree, they are the easiest ones, but not everybody realizes some of the work that goes into it. Some people, like my friend's nanny, she's super country, and she maybe doesn't put the same amount of effort into it as I do, because I'm I basically
Mommy, my hat.
come here. This knucklehead. But anyhow, what was I saying before she came in here and distracted me? But yeah, so the content will be getting better and the technical side will be getting better. And we're open to comments, we're open to criticisms and ideas. I'm going to get these silly kids in bed for school. So thank you everyone for watching. And again, spread the word. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the like button on this video before you guys leave. Thank you from What the Flock and have a good night.